Komal, welcome.
Thank you.
Congratulations on becoming the Entrepreneurship Idol for Open 2013.
Thank you very much.
It's very heartening to hear what you're doing on social entrepreneurship. It's a great cause. So, before I go back to your journey of being an undergrad at Berkeley and then trying to be a medical doctor with the Navy, let's talk about, what made you to start today.
So I think it was definitely the venture itself. It sells itself. So Feeding Forward is a way to feed more people faster through your mobile phone. And we do this by, instead of throwing away the excess consumable food that you have, which ends up being over 263 million pounds of food every day, you can go onto your phone and say, do a quick post, 100 sandwiches, needs to be picked up by 6 p.m. Here's our contact info. And that post is geolocated, sent to our marketplace, and it's matched. Our algorithm matches it to nearby human service agencies in need. So we match how much food it is to the agency, whether it's a soup kitchen or a food bank, and volunteers as well. So we've been able to optimize our food recovered to over 180 tons a week. And so we're just really excited about feeding more people faster, and we really are very grateful to have won today. It was really exciting and really unexpected, but I think it's just a natural no-brainer. I think everyone here, we've all been told by our parents, don't waste your food, people are starving in Africa. But I mean, it's not just in Africa that people are starving. People are starving or they don't have access to food here. So it's a very simple solution.
You're right. I think people are actually starving right in our own backyards.
Exactly.
The amount of food we throw as a country is enormous. I mean, it's not even funny when you look at the numbers. What I wanted to learn from you is, before I ask the question about how you plug in the resources, how did you get this idea in the first place?
So I started as a nonprofit when I was a student at Berkeley, and it was just, Berkeley is an elite institution. We're the #1 public school in the world, basically. And then it's just shocking to me. I grew up in Las Vegas. I grew up in the suburbs, and so we never really encountered homelessness or poverty. It was, people just pushed it away. And so when I came to Berkeley for the first time, this is the first time where I saw people actually going hungry and sleeping on sewers. And then you go to the dining halls, and there's so much food that we just waste. We as students are just like, oh, I thought I was hungry. Our eyes are always bigger than our stomachs. And so it was just such a simple solution. And I just asked our dining halls, I was like, what do you guys do with the food? And we're like, oh, we throw it away. We don't want to be held liable or whatever. And, I did a simple Google search and saw that, no, they wouldn't be held liable. The Good Samaritan Act, passed in 1996 by Bill Clinton, would have protected any organization, any corporation, any individual from any liability. And so, I told them that, and we created the first food recovery program at Berkeley's campus, and now it's on 36 universities nationwide. And this technology just streamlines that capability, so we can actually pinpoint what are the organizations that are in need and that can be matched to that donation amount.
I think you raised a very good concern, and that is the concern that everybody brings on, including convention centers, big hotels. Even if you were to throw your own party and you want to take some food as a doggy bag, they won't let you. They said, no, we don't reliable outside of this place. So how do you then address, because I know that the act was passed, like you said, 1996, but still I think anybody you talk to say, oh, we have issues about this.
Right. So we do this by two ways. First I have that conversation. I give them the text of that act itself. And then, I also incentivize them by saying, not only is your donation, now it's tax deductible too, because our system has the capability of itemizing all your donations, giving you the fair market value, and now it's a penny saved is a penny earned. And so donors get a lot more incentivized when they get to save actual dollars. And then also, it's really great CSR opportunity. You get to show your corporate social responsibility, your sustainability efforts with dollars you've already spent. And so it's honestly a no-brainer. And you get to make an impact in your community, right around your corporation, right around your hotel, and not in this faraway place where all our money seems to disappear. So,
how do people get plugged into your system?
Well, they can go to feedingforward.org and sign up as a donor, a volunteer, or a recipient agency in need. Today, you can also download the iOS app. It's fully functional, and we're Bay Area wide right now.
Can you share with us some of the logistics that's good behind it? So let's say, there's a 1,000 people event, you have about 300 people food left out, and they sign up. who picks up the food and how do you go and deliver that at the right time?
Sure. So they would post it. Ideally, I mean, events don't happen. I mean, you don't plan an event a day of. Most of these events take months and months to plan. So ideally, the more people that know about it, we would want them to post about that event onto our platform earlier as well. So for instance, Cal Athletics is one of our donors. They post their game schedule up in advance, and they know that they're going to have excess food after every game. So it's much easier for us to coordinate a volunteer in that time. But they would basically post, we have this much food available and it needs to be picked up by X time. In that time, they would package that food, make sure it's refrigerated and stored. And then we would ping someone from our network of volunteers who's available around this time and tell them, hey, here's the organization that you need to pick it up from, and then here's the many agencies you can drop it off at, or here's depending on the accommodation level of the recipient agency.
I'm assuming some of the agencies themselves will have their own transportation mode, so they can go and pick it up for themselves.
Exactly. So ideally, we would want to use the recipient agency's volunteers because it takes out the middleman. And it is free to post to our software and it's free to receive from our software, but the delivery fee is assessed for when our volunteers have to be used.
How big is the team?
So our team right now is about, I want to say about 15. I say about 15 because we just brought on a few more interns, and so we have a good iOS development team, a good Android team, and then just awesome UC Berkeley students and graduates that are fully dedicated and invested to the cause.
So the last is a two-pronged question: is how do you raise funds, and what is the next step?
We raise funds when open members and start opening their wallets. No, I'm kidding. But we raise funds. We license our software out. So there's food recovery organizations that are already existent. So, for instance, I said Food Runners is a program that exists in San Francisco. It's been existent for over 25 years, and at their most efficient, they've been able to recover 10 tons of food a week, which is great. Through our software, they can now recover over 180 tons of food. With that increased impact, they can apply for different grants and, they can boast about their impact, and so they get more money, so then they can license our software since we're helping them. We are also able to license and customize our software for other government entities, other causes. I mean, excess is something that it is not just limited to food. We have excess capacity in everything, whether it's clothes or books or medical supplies, and so kind of tailoring it to these different causes that are already of other people's attentions, we can do that too and generate funds that way. Also, the itemized tax-deductible receipts that we give big corporations and hotels, we can take a percentage of that for the tax savings and stuff like that.
Again, it's very nice talking to you, and congratulations.